Alright guys, I got the 2013 Dodge Avenger here. Last night I threw it in park and I had a top radiator hose explode. Actually, real quick, this is my first video ever, so you guys hang in there with me. I just wanted to make this because I did not see it on YouTube. So, like I said, my top radiator hose blew up on me. So I had to figure out how to change the hoses and the thermostat. So let's go ahead and pop the trunk. And I'm doing this on my phone, sorry. Okay. So, yesterday this centerpiece exploded. These little plastic pieces that go into this hose basically just snapped off. So initially I thought it was just going to be the hoses I had to replace, but I guess what made it explode was the thermostat just failed and it never opened back up, so it just created all that pressure and made this explode. So anyways, I went in ahead and replaced the hoses. I learned all the car stuff from my dad, so it's not always the exact correct thing, but you know, it's usually done right. So I replaced the two hoses. It actually came in a full kit with the centerpiece and the hoses going left and right, one into the radiator, one into the engine. I went ahead and replaced these clamps, just something I was taught to do. They were pretty shitty, squeeze clamps. Let's see. So I had a really hard time looking up where the fuck the radiator was. I couldn't find it on YouTube, couldn't find it on Google or anything. So it's actually, if you go to the 2013 2.4 SE, it's actually going to be to the right of the engine. So let's go over here. It's right behind this intake arm. Let's see if you can. Okay, so here's the new hose, the top new hose. See if I can get some. So I'm gonna point at it right here. It's this like little rounded piece, and it has a one bolt and it has another bolt right here. So yeah, right there, you see that piece. Round, one bolt, two bolt, maybe 10 millimeters in size. So that's right under this first hose. So I was like, okay, so I took that apart, took the thermostat off, took it into the AutoZone, and they got me the new thermostat. And as soon as I got there, they were like, oh, well, there's two, so which one do you want? And I was like, well, fuck, I don't know which one went out, so let's go ahead and replace them both. That's just what I was taught. So the other one is actually right next to it, right lower. So if we go back down there, we see that one with the rounded. Hold on. So you see this one right here with the two bolts and this round thing I'm rubbing my finger on. And then right here, there's another bolt. It's actually two of them. You're gonna need to take this arm off. That's what I found useful, and I took this hose, the leading into the engine, I pulled it off, pulled this off, and set up, like, just kind of bent them off to the sides. But if you look down there, there's where you see E and G, where it's connected, it's actually right there. And if you see, it's right, like, kind of like adjacent to where I showed you where the first thermostat. So on the 2013, there's actually two thermostats. That's just what I found out, and they were easy to replace. It was a pain to fit my hands in there and tools in there, but all in all, it was just slap out the old one, slap in the new one. And that was it. I mean, it was actually my first time doing this on this. I've done it before on an older truck, so that was pretty easy. But then, like I said, not having done this so many times, I put it all together, and
I refilled the reservoir, and I was still having overheating issues. And I think what had happened is I just didn't fill this up, and there was air trapped in there still. So I had to bleed the air out, and the way I did that was I let it run, I let it heat up. I took this cap off, and I put the antifreeze right into here, and I think that put it right into the system. I think that's what I should have done, but I was just in a panic last night having to do this. So let's see what the temp is. So it's been running for over 30 minutes, and last night when I would drive, it would overheat, not all the way to the top, but I could see it starting to overheat. And as soon as I put it in park, it was just immediately overheating. So I was like, okay, there's air in it. That's what's causing the overheating. So just make sure, make sure you bleed out the air, radiator for air. That way you don't blow up 2 brand new thermostats, basically. So yeah, like I said, I replaced the hoses, and I replaced 2 thermostats. If you have any trouble finding the location of the 2 thermostats on the 2013 Dodge Avenger, specifically on the SE model, the 2.4 liter, just hit me up. I'll try to help you as best as I can. I had trouble with it, but it's actually pretty easy to find. So I hope you guys could take something from the video, and like I said, any comments, any questions, just comment, and I'll try to get to you as soon as possible. Hope the video was helpful. Thanks, guys.